The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
Okay. Proud of our, obviously proud of our team and for the year we've had. Putting up 20 wins with one of the most difficult schedules in the country is not easy to do, and so I'm proud of these guys for being able to accomplish that. And our league was very difficult this year, and especially very difficult at the top. And finishing with 16 wins in our conference a lot of times will get you finished either first or second. And this year finished fourth, and very, very happy to do that and get a home game and get back over here to Furman. And once again, this is the second time these guys have been here. I thought they fought valiantly and just didn't have enough there at the end to pull out a win.
Kailyn, obviously tough to lose this game against LMU, third time this year that you've lost against them, but what's it say that you guys were able to make that comeback despite the fact that it seemed like you guys were upset with some of the officiating that was going on? You guys were upset with a lot of different things, a lot of things at play, but you're still able to make that comeback, make it a 2-point game late in the game.
It says a lot about our team. All year long we fought through adversity, and sometimes calls don't go your way. We get frustrated, we fight back through it, and so that just says so much about our team. We're going to fight hard, we're going to fight to the end, and I couldn't be more proud to be on a team like that.
Katie, coming off the bench, obviously been your role this season. A lot of different players had to step up today, especially with Jekka and Kailyn fouling out in this contest. What was the mood like on that bench, knowing that a lot of you guys had to step up in this game?
Well, on the bench, we always try to have a lot of energy and have channel a lot of energy to our players on the court and stuff. And so we know our role is to come in and maybe provide a little spark here or there. But Cups and Jekka fouling out definitely was big. But I think Abby came in and took over for them, and she did good with her minutes. But we just try to come off the bench and have a lot of energy.
Kailyn, rough shooting to start the game for you. I think you shot like 32% in the first half. What do you have a reason for that in that first half? Or
No, I mean, the game was up and down. It was high-paced. We were everywhere. There's no excuse for me to be shooting at 32%. I mean, sometimes it happens. But I'm not going to make any excuses for it.
Katie, obviously they have two players inside, but Megan Pittman fouls out. You were able to frustrate her today. What was it about the defensive plan that you were able to frustrate the player of the year?
Well, we in post work a lot. Well, I'm a post coach, but working, we talked a lot about her moves and just focusing on bodying her and getting up in her business, not giving her space to make moves. And so we really focused on that this week in preparation. I think we all played pretty good up to that.
Coach, obviously a tough game to lose, knowing what was at stake potentially with a victory today. What, in your opinion, was the biggest reason for why you fall short today?
Probably differential in free throws would be one. I mean, it's happened to us before, and we just couldn't keep them off the free throw line. Of course, there's only a difference in 7 in terms of makes, but the amount of times that you go, it's different in 16. And I don't know. Until I go back and watch the film, I don't know if a lot of the things that were happening in the third quarter was if they were bad enough that we put them at the line or not. I mean, I think that was the difference in the game. The way the game was played in the first half is exactly what we wanted to do, was to try to get the pace at our tempo and get it right. And instead of them playing half court trying to feed it to the bigs, which are very hard to deal with, maybe more quick shots from the perimeter. And I think, you're talking about her with the field goal percentage. I think with the environment and the semifinals and the way the pace was going, I just think both teams lost their legs early, and you didn't see as many shots fall. I mean, it's the number 1 and number 2 scoring team in the league, and we didn't put up very many points in the first half or in that second quarter. But as I sit here right now, I would say the differential in free throws was a huge discrepancy there that it's hard to guard people at the free throw line.
LMU started the game 7 for 9. They started the third quarter 7 for 9. What do you attribute that to?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it's they made shots. They come out, and they typically do, like we typically do. They came out in the first quarter, and they've done that all year. They've made shots and gotten off to really hot starts. And they came out in the third quarter and they made some of their shots, and we just didn't make them, and that's uncommon for us to. I think the first and third have actually been our highest scoring quarters of the year, but give them credit. That's where they kind of got that stretch out and got a little bit of cushion, and then of course us continually putting them at the free throw line allowed them to keep that cushion. We finally found our groove and put up 19 points in that third quarter, but that little bit of spurt there in the third was certainly a negative that helped us lose the game.
About 30 hours till the selection show. What did you say to your team after this game?
I don't want to disrespect anybody in the poll. That's not what I'm here to do. Our basketball team deserves to be in it. Will we make it? Probably not. But my understanding is you got to go out and play the best people you can play in our region, and that's what we did. And so I put these kids in a position to go and play at Columbus State, at North Georgia, against Lander. We played King at home, sometimes that's not good enough, So I'm still learning as a head coach as to how you need to go about scheduling and how you need to get some things done. Are we one of the top 8 teams in our conference? Without a question, we're one of the top 8 teams in our conference. Will we get a bid? Probably not. So how do I send these kids off that way? We're 20-10. Lost 3 times to LMU, lost 2 times to Wingate. All 5 close games. Could have won all of them, didn't win any of them. So they deserve to go, but they're not. Who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'll show up. We're on spring break too. So what do I do with these guys? It's Saturday night. Do I send them on their way and then call them back wherever they are and say, hey, we made the tournament. We're in. But we've had a great win against Newberry the other night, who was 18-8. And they've won some great games and beat some good people. So is that going to be good enough for us to jump from 10 to 8? I don't have any idea. Anderson's about the only one that we could bump out, and Anderson deserves to be in it too. Anderson's a top 8 team in our region, as Carson-Newman is, but that just don't work out that way sometimes,
Coach, they built about a 10-point lead there. They were hitting shots, first look shots. You getting some stops. You had a couple players foul out, having 3 players foul out there second half, but you were able to cut it to 2.
Yeah.
And it wasn't really until that technical that it really was. It felt like it was over. Talk about how you fought back there.
Yeah, we know the good thing about our team is we can score the ball so well, and we can score in bunches. We kept talking about it. We just couldn't get under 8 points. Once they got that third quarter start, we just had a hard time, getting it back to a margin of 4 or 3, something there where you can kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel. And it took very late there, 2 or 3 minutes to where we finally got it cut. And these guys aren't going to quit. Especially the way we can score. We knew if we could just get some stops. Of course, Pittman fouling out, that's a game changer for sure. But then on our end, we don't see Harris for the whole second half. Still don't know what's wrong with her. She's basically hyperventilating in the locker room. So I haven't gotten the report to know what's wrong with her. And Newman, hurt her shoulder again. It's just that adversity that had we won the game, I would have been so proud of these guys for fighting through some of the things that happened there in the second half. Of course, once Micah fouled out, of course the game was over at that point when she fouls out. But you lose like 5 or 6 of your top guys. Had we overcome it and played tomorrow, I don't know who we'd have. I don't know if Newman and Harris would be even available to play. But when you go to that last play, we were looking to get a stop and not put them at the free throw line clearly. And we had a play drawn up, felt pretty good about it to try to get it tied. And of course, there was enough time on the clock. They're going to have the last shot at the game winner. So at best, we're probably looking to try to get to overtime. But those free throws kind of sealed it. So credit to her for stepping up there and making. Was it one of the twins? I don't know who it was. Yeah. Those twins are tough. They play good ball. Thanks.